Hey allihopa, hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Say It In Swedish. I'm your host, Joachim, and remember to stop by sayitinswedish.com for free lessons and other goodies for learning Swedish. Today, we are gonna talk about three vowels that are often mixed up by foreigners because they sound similar, but it's also kind of important that you nail these because this will make you sound foreign, and sometimes the meaning of the word will definitely change. So to avoid confusion, you should practice these vowels. And I'm talking about E, and I'm talking about Y, and I'm talking about U, and their short counterparts. So let's go! The Swedish letter I comes in two versions. We have the long one and the short one. The long one being E, and the short one being I. And as you can hear, we have two qualities to this vowel. So in reality, we're talking about two vowels here. The long one sounds different from the short one, not only being long, it has its own quality to it, its own tone. And it's only used in as a long vowel here, and the short one is only used for the short vowel. So again, we had E, and I. So it's not E and I, and it's not E and I. It's E and it's I. So as you can hear here, those two qualities, let's call them qualities, they differ a little bit. So that's important to note here. And let's take two words that are similar but use different qualities of the Swedish I. We have sil, and we have sill. It's not sil and sill. It's sill. The difference is not that huge, but it's there. And then it's not seal, and sill. It's seal and sill. Can you hear the difference here? I really hope that you can. And we also have another word that we could take to display this in a good way. We have ila, and illa. It's not ila and illa. It's illa. It's further back. It's illa, not illa. And it's not illa and illa. There, I think when it's long, you can really hear the difference there between I and I. Because if I say illa, it sounds like I'm saying the short vowel, and that's the key here. The short vowel doesn't necessarily need to be very short if you use the right quality. For instance, in Finnish, the length of the vowel is very important. In Swedish, the quality of the vowel is even more important. So theoretically, it should be a short sound, a short vowel here, illa. But if I say illa, it kind of sounds like the same word, although I'm extending the sound. It kind of sounds like I'm thinking or something, but it kind of feels like the same sound or the same word, and it doesn't necessarily all of a sudden sound like I'm saying ila. And I just want to note here that the compressed I that I get asked about ever so often is not something you need to learn just to pronounce at all. It might even make you sound a little bit stupid. It's something you will hear in Gothenburg, for instance, or in Stockholm. It's called Viby I, pronounced I. I. And it's something that I use sometimes. It's nothing I use consciously. It just appears a little bit, and it's something that it's a little bit of a posh sound, or at least it were. Now it's more mainstream. When I was a teenager, it started to be something that a lot of teenage girls used, and it was kind of annoying, but I think nowadays it's pretty mainstream, but it's nothing you need to learn. It's kind of a weird sound, it's kind of hard to just learn, but it's definitely nothing that will make you sound more Swedish. So don't even think about it that much, because it might just take you a lot of time, and it's not necessary at all. Then we have the Swedish Y, and here we also have two different lengths and qualities to the sound. So we have the long one, E, not E, but E. And this is a pretty hard sound for foreigners. They mix it up with E, but E is not the same as E. You can see the difference here. E, right? So if I say E, it's more like a line here, and if I say E, it's more like a circle. So we have the long one, E, and the short one, U. So here it works exactly the same. It's further back, U, and it's not U and U. It's not E and U. It's U and U. Right? And to show you the difference here, let's take an example like ryka, and rycka. You can also hear in the second one that the consonant in the middle is a long consonant, and I'm not gonna go into that in this lesson, but it's also something to keep in mind often. After a short vowel, we in Sweden usually have a long consonant if the syllable is stressed. All right, not gonna go into that in this lesson, maybe in another lesson, but in this case you should just listen to the length and the quality of the vowels. So again, we had E and U, not E and E. Different sounds, all right? Another word that we can use, or two other words, we have yla, and yxa. Ja, man låter så här om man pratar så, då pratar man väldigt högt färdigt. Ja, James, kan du komma och hämta mina smutsiga kläder och hämta en smörgås åt mig? Tack! And lastly, we have U, which is the Swedish U sound. So the long sound here is U. And the short one is U. And here, it's exactly the same as with the other ones. We have a long quality, it's another vowel basically, and the short one is also different and further back. So it's U, and U, like in ful, and full. And we also have utan, and undan. And to really show you the difference of all these vowels, I have chosen a couple of words that are fairly similar, but they use different vowels. Lyra, lyra, lura, 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 lira, lira, lyra, lyra, lura, lura, and for the short ones, we have limma, limma, lymmel, lymmel, lummi, lummi. Again, limma, limma, lymmel, lymmel, lummi, lummi. All right, let's take 6 more words. We have fira, fira, fyra, fyra, fura, fura. Again, fira, fira, fyra, fyra, fura, fura. A lot of foreigners, they kind of pronounce fyra as fura. So keep that in mind. It's not fura, it's fyra. All right? Then we have the short ones. We have firre, firre, fylla, fylla, fulla, fulla. Again, firre, firre, fylla, fylla, and fulla, fulla. So lastly, I'm gonna go through all 6 vowels, and hopefully after that you will be able to hear the difference and you will practice these words. So in today's lesson we had I, not I, but I, and I. I. We had I, and U. U. And we had U. U. And U. U. Alright, that was all for today. Remember to stop by sayinswedish.com for free lessons. And if you want to support this project is not gonna survive without your help, then become a Patreon member. Links are in the description, and we will see each other in the next video. Ha det bra! Vi ses! Hej då!